Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Together, we are Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, California, the science and technology channel.
Yep, we hope you're enjoying your weekend, and we hope we can add to it here. So here we go.
This is a good one. Ancient wetland earthworks in Bolivia reveal sustainable indigenous land management that continues to inspire modern conservation. In Bolivia's hidden tectonic lakes, Google that and check it out. Wikipedia, it's got some good, interesting stuff. Researchers uncovered vast ancient earthworks that reshaped the Amazon's wetlands for centuries. Their findings reveal a long history of ecological innovation, one that still informs conservation today. Would you like to know more?
In September 2021, a team of specialists set out to study one of the most remote and least understood areas of the Bolivian Amazon, the Great Tectonic Lakes of Exaltacion in the department of, is that Beni or Beni?
Beni, B-E-N-I.
Beni?
Yeah.
Okay. The expedition, organized by the GTLM, United Experts from multiple conservation, ecology, biodiversity, and anthropology research organizations.
Yeah, sounds like it's a big consortium of, think tank people,
Yeah, lots of scientists, I guess.
Yeah. In the southwestern Amazon, Bolivia's great tectonic lakes, Rogaguaro and Ginebra, reveal a landscape shaped by generations of human ingenuity. Beneath their shallow waters and surrounding grasslands lie vast earthworks, raised fields, and sophisticated canal systems that record thousands of years of interaction between people and their environment.
Okay, just a word of warning here. I'm going to butcher some of these words, these Hispanic words. So these lakes are located within the municipal protected area of Grandes Lagos Tectónicos de Exaltación.
Yep.
And form a part of the Rio Yara Ramsar wetland complex, a site recognized by UNESCO, UNESCO, for both its ecological and cultural importance. The region sits in the Llanos de Moxos. What is it?
Moxos.
Okay. The largest wetland in the Amazon basin, composed of an intricate network of savannas, forests, and floodplains. For centuries, this landscape has inspired stories and speculation, even appearing in historical accounts of the mythical land of Paititi. Okay? Not to be confused with the tsetse fly, I guess. Yet only recently has its deeply human past become clear. Okay.
Through field surveys, excavations, and LiDAR mapping, researchers documented several key archaeological sites: Paquio Coquinal, Isla del Tesoro, and Jaschaja, each representing a unique phase in the long continuum of settlement and land use in the area.
Radiocarbon analysis revealed successive periods of occupation between roughly 600 and 1400 CE. I don't know what that time period is.
That's before Christ.
Oh, okay. Showing how ancient communities continually reshape these wetlands. At Poquillo, an early settlement phase around 600 CE was later followed by a period of intensified activity between 1000 and 1200 CE, characterized by shell middens, dense pottery layers, and a sophisticated network of canals and raised fields, likely linked to maize or maza-based agriculture. So corn, was that corn?
Yeah.
Maize, right?
So that's after Christ. So 600 AD, CE is like AD.
Oh, okay.
Well, this would be Lamanites. That's totally right.
Okay. Yeah, could be.
Meanwhile, Jaschaja, dated between 1300 and 1400 CE, displayed broader modifications to the landscape and greater plant diversity, suggesting expanded management of forests and crops during this later period. The landscape, like many across the Llanos de Moxos, is marked by geometrically shaped relief that resolves, upon examination, into circular and quadrangular ditches, drainage canals, raised fields, and clusters of mounds, forming an intricate system of water control and cultivation.
Wow. So these people were they were on it.
Masters of their terrain, sounds like.
Yeah, they were working it. So these earthworks were carefully engineered to manage floods, channel water, and create habitable and cultivatable spaces within a seasonally inundated environment. Their variety, excuse me, from geometric enclosures to elongated cultivation platforms suggests not a single plan, but centuries of local experimentation and adaptation to changing ecological and social conditions. Together, they reflect the cultural diversity and long-term resilience of the peoples who shaped them. So, yeah, this is Book of Mormon stuff here.
Yeah. Excavations at Paquio and Jaschaha also revealed a remarkably diverse pre-Hispanic diet, showing how ancient societies utilized the resources of a dynamic wetland. Fish such as wolffish, peacock bass, and South American lungfish dominated the assemblages, complemented by reptiles like caimans and turtles, and mammals such as capybaras, pacas, and armadillos.
Botanical evidence indicates the use of maize, legumes, and several palm species. What is that? Morichi palm, Corozo palm, Kumare palm, Totei palm. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing these right. Palmita and peach palm. Together, these findings depicted a mixed economy of fishing, hunting, gathering, and cultivation. Okay, sounds pretty civilized.
Yeah, the Cayubaba and Movima communities continue to inhabit these landscapes where exceptional biodiversity is interwoven with deep cultural history. Their long-standing presence and knowledge sustain a unique form of biocultural heritage, where ecological and cultural diversity have co-evolved through centuries of interaction. During the post-COVID-19 field seasons, collaboration was grounded in dialogue and respect. I don't know what that means. Representatives of the Cayubaba Indigenous Council, encompassing 21 Cayubaba and Movima communities, helped identify research areas, guided access to culturally significant sites, and requested that certain places remain untouched. Although contact was necessarily limited for health reasons, this coordination ensured that the research aligned with community priorities and contributed to a broader understanding of the region's living heritage.
Through the GTLM, scientists and indigenous representatives are creating a platform that connects archaeological and ecological research with conservation. The project highlights that the Llanos de
Mexico, but
Moxos is not only a biodiversity hotspot, but also a landscape profoundly shaped by human history, while supporting ongoing efforts to strengthen the management of the Yata River Ramsar site and the protected areas with which it overlaps.
At a time when deforestation, industrial agriculture, and the effects of the ice age threaten the Amazon's integrity, the landscapes of Rogoguado and Ginebra offer more than archaeological insight. They offer lessons in sustainability. Archaeological evidence reveals long-term traditions of diversified livelihoods, integrating farming, fishing, and forest management in flexible and adaptive ways.
Rather than seeking to dominate nature, ancient Amazonians worked with its rhythms, transforming seasonal floods into opportunities. Although the construction and use of raised fields eventually ceased, likely as a consequence of demographic collapse and social disruptions following European colonization, this does not diminish the sustainability of their practices. For centuries, these societies maintained productive systems through their understanding of the dynamic wetlands.
That's pretty cool that they, with the ebb and flow of the seasons, and they didn't try to conquer the land. They just worked with it and, multiplied it,
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, and I think back then they were probably, it was more of a life sustaining than a a lifestyle producing, right? They're not farmers growing stuff to sell. They're probably using this to just sustain their villages or their communities or their families or whatever. So they probably had a little bit more love for the land than maybe some of our not saying anything bad about our farmers now, farmers and ranchers, you know, they're good folks, but it's more of a business now, where this is probably more of a like I said, a sustainability, you know, just anyway.
Their legacy challenges modern assumptions about development and reminds us that resilience often arises from diversity, from species, knowledge, and ways of life. Safeguarding this biocultural heritage become a global responsibility. That's kind of preachy. As the wetlands of the Llanos de Moxos continue to store carbon, regulate water, and sustain biodiversity, their conservation must also honor the people who have long cared for them. In this case, archaeology becomes more than the study of the past. It's a bridge linking the knowledge embedded in ancient landscape with today's urgent conversations on sustainability and justice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, it's getting pretty gooey. The Llanos de Moxos reminds us that the Amazon has always been a biocultural landscape, dynamic, inhabited, and full of memory. Its monumental earthworks, forest lands, and living traditions reveal that the key to our shared future may lie in listening to these landscapes that remember. And of course, that's, I would imagine the Amazon River probably flows through this. That's a big river. Right?
I don't know, Bolivia. Probably branches of it, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting story.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
See you this afternoon. Thank you.